All right, let's go. Hey guys, what's going on? Jeremy Williams here. I'm sitting down with a very good friend of mine and millionaire mentor to me, Ari Maccabi, and we're going to discuss a couple of things about how he got into the industry, what he does to be successful, and an opportunity that we're both currently into. So if you want to say, oh, hey, Ari, just say who you are.
Thanks for inviting me out, Jeremy. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries, mate. So first question, what made you get into marketing?
Well, man, that's a big word. So let's talk about it. I mean, obviously I grew up in a household, where my dad was, an advertising agency and he owned it. And, so I've been around it basically my whole life, advertising and marketing. But, I remember also when I was a kid, my dad joining Shackley and Amway and Herbalife and, all these things. And to be honest with you, my dad wasn't real successful at it. But while I was actually in the military, I had a buddy of mine that introduced me to a company called A.O. Williams. Now, A.O. Williams today is what's called Primerica. A lot of people know about this company because A.O. Williams set a lot of records in the industry. And he basically, created a massive movement in the network marketing space that was unlike any other. I mean, to be honest with you, there's not very many companies that have been around 40 years. You're talking about a company that's been around about 40 years. I mean, A.O. Williams was, my first gateway into that while I was in the Army. I did it part-time. And I absolutely, fell in love with the industry and the opportunity to make money, basically as a sideline income while I was doing something. And to be honest with you, I was making more money from that little sideline income than I was from the military. So it actually became a really good thing in my life, I spent a lot of time actually eventually in the network marketing side. In fact, I spent about 12 or 13 years actually in the network marketing side. And then I hit a bad company, a bad company. When I say a bad company, I'm talking about two owners that basically embezzled a bunch of money and took off and didn't pay people. And when that happened, that basically, just told me, man, I got to get out and do something different. So, I got into the, car business. But even while I was in the car business, I would get hammered by guys all the time trying to get me back into the space. And finally, it happened. I got back into the space actually with a company called World Ventures. A lot of you guys know about that. Spent quite a bit of time actually in that, developing it. And the one thing that I hated about it, to be honest with you, is I hated the comp plan at the time because when it first began. And nobody at the bottom made any money. So I just said, hey, I can't do this to people. It's just not what I was made out to, made to do. And along those lines, when I was doing that, I was actually doing mortgages. And we were buying our leads actually from Lending Tree. And at the time, I was calling people and I was always hearing, the name of another mortgage company that was right across town. And I was like, man, why am I calling and getting my competitors right here locally all the time from Lending Tree? It would happen on about half the leads that we buy. And so one day I called the guy that owned the other company. I said, hey, let's have lunch. Do me a favor, this week's file that you bought from Lending Tree, do me a favor, save it to a disk, and I'm going to save mine, and we're going to match them up, and then we'll delete that file. And when we did it, literally, it was almost 50% of the leads were exact match. And I realized right then, man, I need to learn how to do lead generation. And so that's when I started exploring the cost per sale, cost per click, cost per lead market, and got into that style of marketing actually, and started generating leads for all my mortgage branches, ops branches, and we did very well with that. And in 2006, I decided that I had enough for the mortgage business and I wanted to exit and just do the lead generation. So I actually took that part of the business. My other partner took the other part of the business, paid me a bunch of cash, and basically I walked away from it and would sell him leads and sell all these companies leads. And that kind of became my gateway. I mean, literally, I literally made as much or more money generating leads than I was generating loans, which was, to be honest with you, a lot more work, okay? And I knew right there, like from going from network marketing to actually lead generation and cost per acquisition and internet marketing was the next movement. I knew it was happening. And, while I was there in that space, we got into, cost per acquisition, more and more cost per sale stuff, where we were doing like face creams and weight loss and, a variety of different products on a continuity basis. And so that actually became something that I was very, very interested in, and we started doing more and more of it. And, I started making really big money. And somewhere along the line, I don't know where it was, my partner and I, we were talking, and he wanted to do a program. So we set up our own program. We're doing all this marketing for it. And, I'm in the room basically communicating with everybody, helping everybody on the Facebook group. And, it caused a little problems actually in my marriage at the time, because I would get people messaging me from across the world. And, my ex-wife at the time, she didn't understand. And it just got to a boiling over point where, I eventually said, hey, that's it. I'm just not going to do this anymore. And I basically shut down shop. And I got really depressed, man. I got really depressed, Jeremy. Kind of my story. And it took me to the brink, really, of, losing my life. I mean, I came back into this space. When I did, I knew what I wanted to do, but I didn't want to do true network marketing. I also didn't want to do true internet marketing. I kind of wanted to do something in between, and using my skill set to basically build programs and generate traffic and leads and all those things. And that's really what's happened. It's what's transpired, and it's always been the basis of what I've been able to do. And that's why I've been able to put so many people in the program so fast. I mean, when you look over the last 2 or 3 years, you're probably talking about 8,000 or 9,000, signups that I've put through programs. It's crazy to really look at those kind of numbers, But marketing's where it's at, bro. It's where it's at. It's where the money's at. I can tell you that.
Oh, for sure these days, for sure. So, I mean, the next question is, for anyone that's watching, I guess, is, do you think anyone can do what you do?
Yeah, I really do. I mean, a lot of this stuff I do is a learned skill, something that you can literally learn to do. Your level of success is going to really depend on you, but I can tell you up front, I've seen people that do a whole lot less than me be more successful than me. I've also seen people do a whole lot more than me be a lot less successful than me. It's a matter of you and your personality in combination with your skill set. So if you can, for me, it's really tough because I'm actually an introvert by nature. I'm a forced extrovert. I'd rather sit at home. You know this already because you went right around the way. Look, guys, I'd rather sit at home and be by myself or with my wife than do anything. That's just me. So this side of getting out and getting on the webinars and doing all the stuff, like you told me, all right, I'm scared to get on the video. I was too when I first started. The reality was I didn't want to do this. It wasn't something that I wanted to do, but it was something I had to learn to do. And so I think if people can overcome the uncomfortable and get comfortable being uncomfortable, you could really make some strides in this business and make some money.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Just so people know, me and Ari only live a couple of 100 meters away from each other, so that's why I know he likes to stay indoors inside the house. But so what is it that you do that makes you so successful that other people may not be doing? And I mean, I guess you kind of covered it there a little bit with myself. I'm pretty shy to get on camera and stuff, and that. But what do you do that makes you more successful than most people in the industry?
I'll tell you, actually, there's probably 2 keys that I do very successful, and that is, number one, I love to follow up with people. Okay, I will follow up and follow up and follow up. Okay, the other thing I like to do is what we're doing right now, and that's get on Zoom. A lot of people, when they get into this industry, it's not that they can't be successful. They just don't know what to do. So when I used to sign people up when I first got started, and I built my following this way, guys, people know that I'm like this because that's how I did it. It's literally, I would get on Zoom, I would sign them up, and then when they got done signing them, I would take them over, walk them through the back office, I'd show them where their affiliate link was, and then I'd show them how to market it. And then I would do classes. Every week I would do a class for my team. That was very, very, very important. And I think these are the things that people have to learn to do. If you had to put it into one word or 2 words, help people. That's it. If you literally help people, you're going to win at this business. Just, you have to realize you're not chasing money, okay? And if you are chasing money, shame on you, because that's the wrong way to build your business. That's a quick fix. And I understand, because we've all been, with our back against the wall, we need to generate money fast, okay? But that's just not reality long term. If you chase money for initial, okay, I get that. But if you're chasing money throughout your career, that's what you're going to get known as. If you're chasing people, you're helping people, you're doing all those things to make sure that they're earning and they know exactly what to do so they can earn, then, you're actually going to get known for that. That's the better side of it, because I can tell you many times people have said to somebody that messaged somebody on my team, and they said, hey, I'd rather you just go sign up with Ari directly because I know he's going to help you better than I. Now, that's crazy to think. They're passing up commissions to give me people because they know I can help them. Obviously not everybody, but the tough people, the ones that need the most help. And I'm okay with that, guys. You have to be able to help people and spend time with people, man. Just be real. Be real.
Yeah, I hear you with that. So, I mean, since you've been around the industry for so long, you've seen things come and go and changes and that. Now we got Bitcoin and crypto, and I mean, anyone that follows you knows that you love it pretty much, and you're very successful at it. But if you want to share your thoughts, like on Bitcoin and other cryptos, and how do you think it might affect the world that we live in now? Because I mean, it's the last couple of years, really, it's started to become a lot more mainstream, and there's still, I would say, 90% of the world has no idea what it's all about. So what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think Bitcoin in itself was probably the greatest single invention ever created. I think it really gives power back to the people, number one. And I think it, allows you, to become your own bank. You control your own money. You don't have to worry about paying crazy fees, none of those things. I love that aspect of it. The government, on the other hand, and fiat currency, on the other hand, they're scared of it, okay? Because it has the power to be disruptive. And let's face it, if you're president, you're leading the country, the one thing you don't want is a disruptive force inside your economy. You don't want that. Okay, you want to be able to control it. So as we've seen over the last, few months, I should say probably 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, since the beginning of the year, really. So we've seen a lot of market manipulation going on. We've seen a lot of governments basically hampering down on it. And the reason that's happening is because they're scared. That's it. But the moment that they get past the scaredness and they start to embrace it, then we're going to be able to run full throttle. I think sometime around November, you're actually going to see the market start to shift and us start to climb before the new year again. I think you're going to see a big boom at the end of the year. The last 2 months, if we're lucky, 3, but I think the last 2 months is going to be massive.
I know there's a lot of people hoping you're right, because there's some, there's some there's some people that have been hodling for since they brought their coins at 20K or close to 20K.
Yeah, the people that bought at 20K, they're in panic mode right now. And I got to tell you, if that's you guys, listen to what I'm saying. Don't sell it. You can't sell it for a loss unless you sell it. Okay. If you hang on to it, it's surely going to go past 20 grand. Sooner or later, you're going to be back in profit. So just hang on to it and don't stress out over it. I know that's what's happening, because I've had a lot of people message me and they panic sold their Bitcoin because they just didn't understand the market. They thought they would get in quick, make a fast dollar, and that'd be that. But it's not like that. It's a roller coaster, guys. And if you're not, if you're faint-hearted, sorry, it's not for you. Okay. If you're one of those people that you got brass balls, guys, buy all you can, hang on to it for as long as you can, and I promise you it's going to pan out for the future. Yeah.
And do you want to explain the word hodling? Because I remember I had never heard it until about 6 months ago, and I think you said it at your house one day, and I was like, no, I think you said that wrong, but
Yeah, hodl it stands for, it was actually a typo. It was kind of funny. It was a typo when it first came out, but later became known as hold on for dear life. And, it really is like, my cryptocurrency, I hang on to it forever, guys. And that's what you guys need to do. It's truly an investment. Look at it just like that. And I promise you're going to be excited and happy with the future.
All right. So last thing, a couple of months ago, you introduced me to a pretty awesome program called the Travel Party. What do you think about that right now, and where do you see it going in the future?
Well, I think, first off, people need to understand that there's a lot of trends in network marketing, and they're kind of cyclic, okay? Meaning that, when I got in World Ventures 15 years ago, travel was the hot thing, okay? Then travel all of a sudden disappeared. It became, face creams, it became pills and potions. And then it became weight loss, and then it became face creams, okay, with Miriam and all this stuff. And now guess what's happened? Travel's back, okay? The difference is, what I really like about the travel party is they combine my two favorite things. I mean, if you ever watch my Facebook posts, you know I like to travel. Usually every 90 days I go somewhere, and you know, it's a big part of my life. I like to get out, you know, spread my wings for a few days, you know, every 90 days, and relax and recharge, I should say. But one thing that I really love about this opportunity is not just travel and really good price travel. It's also cryptocurrency. So you can actually kill two birds with one stone. You can start, you know, promoting the product. You get paid in cryptocurrency. Then you can save that cryptocurrency. You can hodl, and you can start, you know, saving for your future, guys. That's what I love about this opportunity. The people that get involved in this, I would think, are the people that really are invested towards having a better future. Okay, they're the people that are going to take the cryptocurrency they're earning now through this program, and they're going to hang on to it, because what they, you know, if you got paid $100 in cash, that's $100. But if you get paid $100 in cryptocurrency, okay, in 6 months that might be $500. And that's what I like about this program. And if you guys actually pay attention, this is one of the best things out right now. I mean, the comp plan is crazy. I know there's been a lot of excitement about a company called Appy Travel, but Appy Travel is a great company. But if you look at our comp plan is Appy Travel on steroids. We have 2.5 times better comp plan for the same money. So if you guys are out there, you're considering joining one or the other, make sure that this is the one you join, because I can promise you, this thing is lights out. It's great, good owner. I know him personally, been around the industry for a long time. He's a Canadian, so he's not going anywhere. You know, we don't have to worry about somebody running off with our money, guys. This is a great opportunity.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time there, Ari. By the way, guys, I'm actually having a webinar come Saturday. If you do want some info about this or wanted to see the webinar, just comment info down below, and I'll get that to you. But Ari, thanks a lot for your time, mate. I know you're a busy man with your 8,000 to 9,000 people that you've brought in over the last couple of years. And I'll see you around town, I guess.
That's right, buddy. Thanks, man. I'll see you guys soon.
All right. Cheers, bud. Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.